I'm Raj Kumar with Devex here in Brussels at the European Development Days, and joined by our guest Valerie D'Costa, infoDev, World Bank. We're here to talk about technology entrepreneurs, and particularly women entrepreneurs. So you've been here at the conference, you just spoke on a panel. Tell me a little bit about what you see from the infoDev perspective in terms of technology at this conference. Are people talking enough about the technology entrepreneur? Where do they fit in to these broader themes?
Well, I think it's a cause, and it's an issue that I talk about wherever I go. So it has been addressed and discussed quite a bit, and I think the more we bring attention to those who are doing it today, those entrepreneurs that are really basically out there right now building their solutions, trying to get market share, trying to get a loan, the more I think it'll become mainstreamed in consciousness in the development community that they're a segment of the population and a segment of the market to help.
And what's our role as a development community? I mean, tell me a little about what the World Bank and infoDev does to support these entrepreneurs.
So infoDev is essentially a development program housed at the World Bank. We are a World Bank program, and the focus of infoDev is to support the growth of technology and technology-enabled high-growth companies, entrepreneurs, startups, enterprises, and to define innovation as them. So the way I like to talk about infoDev and the work that we do is we're trying to facilitate the journey from mind to market. If someone's got a great idea and thinks they can make money out of it, they can monetize something that's interesting, they've figured out a business process improvement, or they've coded some interesting software, chances are if they lived in the developed world, they would be able to attach into an ecosystem of angel investors and entrepreneurs, startup communities, early stage seed funds. In the developing world, that doesn't exist. So our cause is helping them.
Okay, and do you find that there are compatriots in that cause here in the development community? We talked a little bit before about whether or not organizations are really working together in this. How do you kind of get past individual programs, maybe branded by an individual agency, and move to broader solutions? Where do we stand in that?
It's I think the debate in the next couple of years is going to be all about replicating and scalability. So each of us has found a number of interesting niches where we work, been able to achieve some good success. For example, a couple of weeks ago in Laos, infoDev launched a Mekong Women Entrepreneurs Challenge, and it was a fairly grassroots, quite simple motive. Where do you find between 20 and 25 growth-oriented women entrepreneurs in the Mekong region, and then hone them and grow them and sustain them through a period of very intensive coaching for them to succeed, grow, create jobs, create revenue. Now, that I think is a wonderful achievement for the 25 women that we were able to find and hone and help. But what we learned from the experience, and then taking that and multiplying it, whether ourselves or in partnership with other actors in the development communities, is I think where we should all start to focus our time and attention as well. And it's not just infoDev that's doing this great work, others are doing the same thing. So maybe at Devex, one thing Devex could do is to bring more attention to that and have folks start to talk about how they can collaborate across boundaries.
And I imagine one of the challenges, here at EDD, there's a lot of discussion about value for money. We're in a Eurozone crisis. There's a lot of discussion about where is the best place to put your euro if you're looking to have an impact in development. What's the argument here in terms of supporting the technology entrepreneur, maybe including the woman technology entrepreneur? When you're speaking to aid ministers, what is the argument that says a dollar or euro spent here is really worth it when there's so many other pressing challenges in development?
Yeah, that's an argument that's never going to be easy to win, regardless of what cause or issue you're pushing. Because is it important to support women micro-entrepreneurs? Well, of course, microfinance reaches so many entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs. Let's take that as an example. So if one wanted to achieve numbers, and be able to help a very, very clear segment of the market, that's a great thing to do. InfoDev doesn't focus on microfinance, but there are women entrepreneurs out there who are not micro enterprises. They want to grow. So if today they've got a company in Kenya, well, next year they want to be in Uganda. They want to expand into Tanzania. Actually, they want to serve Africa. So I don't think it's really an either or. It's obviously a question of where the development dollar goes, but I don't have that hard a job selling, because when my donors meet the entrepreneurs, it's kind of...
They sell it for you.
They sell it for me, exactly. Yeah.
That's wonderful. And give me a sense of the scale of some of your success stories. I was surprised when you just now said, you mentioned a Kenyan entrepreneur who expands to Uganda and all of Africa. Are there cases like that? Are there entrepreneurs you work with that have really gotten to that kind of scale?
Yeah, not many, because again, as I say, they operate within fairly imperfect, fairly fragmented innovation ecosystems. So it's often like pushing a boulder up the hill. But they have that aspiration, they have that goal, and they think big. So what do we do with entrepreneurs in developing countries who aspire big, who don't just want to, be a startup and be a single person enterprise all their lives? They really want to scale and grow. If today they're in South Africa, they want to be in Southern Africa tomorrow. And I think for InfoDev, it's just been a very rewarding experience to find them. There's lots of them out there. And basically assist them in any way that we can through our position at the World Bank, through our good name with donors who have invested and partnered with us for many, many years. But we're all about them.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for the great work you're doing. Thank you for being here at EDD and being a part of this. We appreciate it. Thank you.